welcome to a new video. I hope everyone is doing well. It's my first video of 2026, so happy new year. I hope the start of your year was fine. Good would be the best, but well, I don't know, we live in a pretty stressful world, so anyway, what I'm doing today, I will be sketching inside this new sketchbook that I started like at the end of December, I believe. Maybe at the beginning. I started it in December. It's a new sketchbook that I started because I wanted to get better at drawing heads. So, yeah, I'm just gonna draw people's heads inside of it. And so far, it's been pretty fun. So, I'm really looking forward to getting better at drawing heads because I got to study the anatomy of the head, and now I feel like I understand the different plane of the face a bit better, but I'm still not really drawing and painting faces as well as I would like to. So, yeah, that's why I'm practicing in this sketchbook. And of course, I'll be ranting the entire time. I wanted to talk about my plans for this new year and also rant about social media. Okay, so first of all, I don't know about you, but I think this month of January was the most stressful one I've had so far because of all the stuff that are happening in the world and just, yeah, I don't know, it's just so stressful. I really hope everyone is doing well and your loved ones as well. And if not, I really feel for you and I hope it will get better. I know that personally I cope by planning a trip to Japan. I kid you not, I've been planning a trip to Japan for the past year and a half, I think. And I mean, I would love to go so much. I know it's not gonna happen anytime soon because I don't have the time and I don't have the money yet, but hopefully I'd love to travel to Japan in a few years. So yeah, whenever I feel really bad, I just watch a bunch of Japan travel videos and I just look up maybe too many information on Japan travel. Um yeah, I don't know. That's just what I do to relax. It works for me. Sorry, I'm already losing track of what I was supposed to say. Um okay, first of all, I want to talk about my plans for this year. Um, well, the first thing that I would like to say is that I'm trying not to stress myself too much, and not setting standards that I won't be able to live up to. That's one of my issue. I plan to do too many things and I end up doing nothing because I'm overwhelmed. I know I'm not the only one in this situation, but yeah, I think it could happen a lot, especially in this period of time where, well, we see all over social media these New Year resolution, and I don't know, everyone seems to be doing so well, so I'm trying to do well too, but uh, it can be tough sometimes. I mean, it can be tough to set up goals for yourself and actually do them, work up, the time and energy to do them. So I'm trying not to set too many goals, but I still have a bunch of things that I want to do. I'm gonna start with the non-art related, and then I'll finish with the art related ones. So the first non-art related thing that I really want to do this year. Oh wait, something else that I should say. All of these are not things that I just decided that I wanted to do right before January. These are things that I've been thinking about, and for some, I've been actually already starting them, like the process of doing these things for a few months already. And now I'm just in the process of hopefully keeping this pace or doing it more often. But these are all things that I've been already thinking about, and yeah, it's not just coming out of the blue because we're in January. All right, sorry, that was a really long introduction. But yeah, I'm gonna start with my plans. So, the first thing is learning Japanese. I've been trying to learn this language for so long, honestly, years, and it's only a few months ago that I really picked it up again, and I've been following some online lessons regularly. You know what? If you're interested, I'll put it in the description. It's actually from a Discord server that I joined, so it's totally free, and the classes are so good. I'm so glad that I was able to find this Discord server because it's really cool, and it helps me a lot. This past few weeks, so the end of December and the no wait, no, actually the entirety of December and the first few weeks of January, I haven't been studying Japanese much because I was feeling really overwhelmed with school and then the holidays and meeting a bunch of people and everything, and also all the stuff going on in the world. But yeah, now I really want to get back into it, and especially I want to keep a good pace and really do a bit every week. Even if it's not a lot, I just want to be consistent. I think that's my overall goal for this year, being consistent instead of trying to do too much at once. That would be good. For Japanese, I'm currently beginner and I would like to reach the N5 level this year. I'm not planning on taking any test to check that. I don't want to take an official test. And by the way, the reason why I want to learn Japanese in the first place is just because I want to be able to read light novels and manga in Japanese without waiting for them to be translated in English. Because I know there are so many cool light novels and manga and even visual novels that won't be translated in English. And I want to read them because I'm sure they're so cool and so good, but I can't because I don't understand Japanese well, so that's why I want to be able to read Japanese fluently. I don't know if you can say read the language fluently. Anyway, I want to be fluent in Japanese, or at least good enough so that I can read um, novels and manga without struggling. So yeah, that's my first non-art related goal. My second goal has to do with sport and working out. So once again, this is not something that I've just been starting. I've actually been doing taekwondo for 5 years now. It's my fifth year, and I want to go back to training because I haven't been going much this past few weeks for the same reason that I stated before, school and being stressed and drained. But hopefully, uh, starting January up until the end of February, I should have more time and more energy to go there more consistently. My goal would be to attend 3 classes a week, but I think 2 a week for a start would be very good. And and last but not least, I really want to validate my current year of school so that I can take a gap year next year. I'm really tired of going to school. It's interesting, but I've been doing it for so long. I'm pretty drained now. Um, and also it is so stressful. I can feel myself being so stressed. Currently, as I'm recording this, I'm still on holidays. I should go back to school in 2 days, and just the thought of going back stresses me so much. I can feel it in my body. It's interesting, but it's just really stressful, and I'm not the best at dealing with stress, so yeah, it would be so much better if I wasn't stressed, but I can't really control it, and it's a shame because it's really interesting. It's just telling a bit of a toll on me. So, yeah, I think the biggest goal, maybe I should have said it first then, but yeah, overall, the biggest goal of this year is to validate school so that I can take a gap year and do something else next year. I think I'm gonna put a timestamps on this video because I don't know how many people are actually interested in listening to me rambling about sport and school. But well, whatever, it's fine. I enjoy ranting, so it's cool. Now, I want to talk about my art-related goal, which is gonna be longer. I have quite a lot of things to say. So there's a lot of arts that I want to do this year. There's even a project that I'm already working on. I haven't shown it anywhere. I don't really plan on showing it up until it's done. It's quite a huge one. I'm working on it with someone else and I'm pretty excited about it. Even though honestly I have no idea how it's gonna look in the end. Um, well, I'm basically drawing a bunch of things, but it's my first time doing that. And I think the person I'm working with is also her first time doing something like that. Yeah, I have no idea how it's gonna come out. But I do have a ton of drawing to do. And when I say a ton, it's like maybe around 60, between 60 to 80 drawings. I don't remember the exact amount right now, but yeah, it's quite a lot. I'm the one that sets the amount of drawing that I would have to do, so it's all on me. I was really ambitious at the time. I wouldn't say that I regret it, but right now I'm just facing the consequences of my own action. And I actually also set up some deadline for myself. And so I'll have to draw most of it by the end of February. Like, I have a big chunk to finish by January. 40-ish drawings that I should finish by the end of February. So far, I have finished two. Yeah, I'm pretty far, but it's fine. Hopefully, I'll catch up, and I think I should be done with this project around September of this year. So, hopefully, I can show it somewhere once I'm done. But yeah, this is I think the biggest project that I'll be working on. And then I wanna try drawing more original art this year because for the past few years, especially the past 2 years, I believe I've been drawing so many fan arts, and it was really fun. It allowed me to learn a lot of things. Even right now, the latest painting that I've been working on is a Rick and Morty fan art, which by the way is taking so much longer than I would have expected. Looks pretty cool in my opinion, but yeah, it's taking a long time. And the issue is that I got really into it and now I want to draw more fan arts and I don't know where to find the time to do that. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is I've been drawing a lot of fan arts and I really want to try drawing more original art this year. And I don't really know how I'm gonna do that, but I really want to give it a try. I actually I actually have a lot of ideas, but most of them are sketches. And since I mean, I don't know how it works for other artists. Perhaps for some it's easier to get their ideas out of their head and onto paper or whatever support they use to draw or paint on. But for me, I know it's been taking quite some time for me to get my ideas out of my head and onto paper. And like the this past year, I've been trying to do that more, and I could only go up to the sketching phase. And although my sketches looked fine, I I was always struggling so much to make a finished piece out of it, so I just kind of gave up and I was just drawing fan arts in the meantime. But I really want to take the time to try and think about these ideas more. So hopefully I'll get to do that this year. And another thing that I'm really excited about is getting into comics. I really want to draw comics. Yeah, that's the bottom line. I just want to draw comics, but I don't know how to do that. I was planning on starting doing some exercises to learn that starting March of this year, and then hopefully maybe by summer I could start drawing my own comics. Up until now, I've been writing down some story ideas that I've had, and I actually have quite a lot already, but I just don't know how to execute them myself. So, yeah, I'll have to wait in order to do that, but I'm really excited about starting this. And by the way, the comic exercises that I'm talking about are all coming from Scott McCloud's comic named Making Comics. It's a comic book in which, inside of which the author, Scott McCloud, basically explain the principal aspect of comic making. And what I love about it is, first of all, the explanation are really clear and easy to understand. But most of all, it has exercises for each chapter. And I'm the type of person that really appreciates having exercises in order to practice lessons. Maybe it's not for everyone, but I found it super cool. I went through that comic already. I'm currently doing this um daily figure drawing routine. I don't have the time to study comic making, but I should finish this figure drawing routine by the end of February or March. So, yeah, once I'm done, I plan on tackling comic making. And I would totally recommend Scott McCloud's comics for people that are interested in comic making. So there is this one book that I mentioned already, Making Comics, but he made another comic named Understanding Comics, which is also super interesting. It doesn't have any exercises, but it goes really in depth into a bunch of comic related topics. So that's great. I think these two comics are a really good combination if you want to try and understand how it works and try to do it yourself. So I think that's it for my art related goal. I can't really think of anything else right now. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about making a video around February where I would be showing most of the art that I've done in 2025 and talking about it. And I was thinking maybe at around the end I could also show the unfinished pieces that I wanna finish this year because I have so many things that I've started painting and that I haven't finished yet, and they have just been sitting here like next to my desk, looking at me every time I'm painting something, and I really, I should really get to finishing them. And also since I was talking about how I wanted to do more original art, I thought that if you're interested, I could also show some of the art that I've been wanting to make because I have a bunch of sketches in my sketchbook, um, but they are not finished piece. I could still show all of the sketches, that I've been working on, showcasing the original art ideas that I've had. So if you're interested by that, let me know, and I can definitely add this to the video. Now, the second big topic that I want to talk about is social media, and especially the relationship between social media and art. So personally, there are two main reasons why I'm using social media nowadays. The first one is to consume art, and the second one is to share my own art out there. So the platforms that I use in order to consume art are Twitter, now renamed X, Instagram, Tumblr, and Rednote. Actually, it's the Chinese social media app. It's also called Xiaohongshu in Chinese, I believe, but English name is Rednote. And then the apps that I use to share my art, honestly, it's mainly Instagram. I did try to share my art bit on Tumblr and TikTok a few times, but it was very sporadic, and I've never really done it seriously. I just tried because I don't know, I just wanted to see how it worked on these apps. But yeah, I'm not doing much with them. So the only platform, on which I'm really sharing my art, or at least I've been sharing my art pretty consistently for years, is Instagram, and now, well, I guess YouTube. Though I don't know if YouTube counts as a social media, but well, I'll include it in the list. So, like a lot of artists, I suppose I've been thinking a lot about social media and the way it's been changing, especially with AI, and especially generative AI, because there are other types of AI out there. But yeah, the state of social media is um pretty depressive. I mean, just the other day, so I believe it was still at the beginning of January, there was this new update on Twitter that made it so that what I believe it made it so that whatever you have posted in the past, um, like visuals, whether it's pictures or art pieces that you uploaded there, anything that is on the app will be stored in Twitter's AI database, and anyone will be able to change it if they just ask Twitter's AI, which is so bad. I don't know why they're doing this. It's really upsetting. And I think the most famous person that I know that has reacted to this is Boichi, who is the author of Dr. Stone, among other things. If you don't know, Dr. Stone is a really famous manga. It even has an anime, and basically he made a post on Twitter explaining that because of this new update, he won't be sharing art on Twitter again for the foreseeable future, I believe. And I'm afraid that a lot of artists will be quitting the app, even though I totally understand and I would do the same if I had posted any art on Twitter. But it just saddens me because I used to enjoy going on the app just to scroll through artworks that I find really impressive and that I'm not really seeing on other social media platforms, because there are actually quite a lot of artists that have Twitter but not Instagram, or I don't see their account on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a bit sad. And then there's Instagram. Instagram is the only, as I said before, it's the only social media platform that I've been using to share my art pretty consistently for the past few years. But I stopped. I kind of stopped sharing my art on there, and it wasn't even because of AI at first. At first, I only stopped sharing my art on Instagram around maybe 2 years ago, just because it started feeling really stressful. Even though I never intended to post my art on Instagram in order to become famous or a well known artist or even to uh, gather followers and likes, that really wasn't my intention. To begin with, I started by posting my art on Wattpad, and it was a long time ago, I believe over 10 years ago now. And if you know Wattpad, you know it wasn't originally made to share visual art, but there was actually a community of people sharing visual art on Wattpad, which was really cool, and I was part of it. And then after that, I discovered Instagram, and I thought that the gallery feature that allowed you to post picture on your page was really cool, and I started to post my art there just so that I could have a place to go back to and to look at all of my art piece that I would have produced over the years, and also to share it with my friends and family because they have Instagram too. So that was my main reason for getting an Instagram account and sharing my art there. And then as the year passed, I started to understand how the likes and the follow works, and I started to get more into the art side of the app and starting to see how it works for other artists. And even though I never intended to post in order to get followers or likes, I started to feel the pressure of wanting to always post perfect art pieces so that my account doesn't fall behind or something like that. I can't even explain properly, but it was just really weird. And yeah, at some point, I just started to realize that I was actually more stressed to post on Instagram than anything, and it wasn't a happy time for me at all. Like, whenever I would think of posting a piece on Instagram, it was just add stress to my day. And so I decided just not to post anymore. And so that's kind of what I've been doing for the past 2 years, even though a bit. I did post a bit here and there, but honestly, in 2025, I don't even think I posted more than 6 finished pieces of mine, even though I drew a lot. 2025 might be the year in which I finished the most pieces in my life. Yet I didn't post that much on Instagram because it just feels weird. Oh yeah, because now there's AI. And as I said, it wasn't even the reason why I stopped posting there in the first place, but I think seeing AI or generative AI coming onto the app and seeing what it was doing made me even more reluctant to post again or like post consistently again on Instagram. I still have my accounts though. Um, oh yeah, actually also last year so I started with one Instagram account that was my main account on which I was sharing all of my art. But then last year, I think it was last year or at the end of 2024, I decided to make myself a second Instagram account to post original art and studies. And the first account that I had, I wanted to keep it in order to only post fan arts because at the time I was drawing a lot of fan arts and I felt like my original art and my studies wouldn't really fit on this account anymore. So now I have two Instagram accounts, and I do feel really differently about the two of them. Um, I don't really plan on posting much this year on Instagram because of the whole situation with AI. And also just because I don't find it enjoyable to post on the app anymore. But I think if I were to post, I would most likely feel better posting on my fan art account rather than my original art account. And this is purely because of AI. Because I don't know, it sucks so much to think that you've worked so hard on whatever art piece. It's your own original art, and some random people can just take it and feed it to AI. And yeah, I don't know, that sucks a lot. But at the same time, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, wouldn't it be the same no matter where I post my art pieces anyway? Um, because I was thinking that I could maybe try and make a website with a gallery features that I could have all of my art pieces in one place, just like how it is on Instagram. Even though my website would mostly not have any AI features on it, honestly, if someone goes on there and just take a screenshot of my art and feeds it to AI, wouldn't it be the same as if it was on Instagram anyway? I'm not really sure about that, but yeah, if it's the same no matter what I do, I might as well just post on Instagram. But I just don't feel like it right now. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still thinking about it, but it probably won't happen much this year. Only place I want to focus posting my art on is YouTube. I'm not sure if it counts as a social media platform, but for the sake of what I'm saying, I'm gonna say yes. And yeah, I started this YouTube channel, or at least I started posting on this YouTube channel last year around November, I think, October or November. And I didn't know what to expect at all, but it's been really fun so far. It does take a lot of work and time to get a single video out because I have to record, edit, and then do the voiceover and edit it again. So it does take a while. Also, I'm always talking a lot, but it's really fun, surprisingly. So I'm really happy about that. And so this year, I want to focus on posting more consistently on YouTube. Um, Honestly, my goal would be to post every other week, so that would be 2 to 3 times a month. Um, I'm trying to get there. I'm not really there yet, but it's fine. I'm trying. Now, aside from posting my art on social media, the other way that I'm interacting with it in relation to art is consuming art, which is something that I touched upon a bit some minutes ago. But I want to go back to it because this is also something that I've been thinking about and that I want to change a bit this year. So, the past 2 years, I've been thinking a lot and sketching a lot in order to try and come up with my own original art, and something that I tried to do in order to get there was to go on social media, follow a bunch of artists that I didn't know, and try to see what they were producing to get inspired. And that was definitely really cool because I got to discover a bunch of really amazing artists. And it's inspired me a lot because there's a bunch of things that I never even thought about doing because I don't know, for some reason I thought it wasn't even possible. But now I'm in a state where I feel like the sky's the limit. And basically, you can do anything you want if you have free will, so that's cool. But I've also realized that it made me more passive than I want to be. I end up spending so much time looking at what these artists are producing, and even though it's really enjoyable for my brain, I'm also not actively trying to draw what I'm thinking about anymore. So I decided to stop being passive and start being more active myself. And it's funny because a few days ago I read a really nice quote from one of my favorite artists in her art book, in which she was giving advices to other artists. And her advice is basically to turn off your computer and your phone and to just draw whatever you want, however you want. And I think it's really good advice, and I'm gonna take it. If you're interested, by the way, the artist that I'm referring to is Little Thunder, and I can't even begin to describe how amazing her art is. I like it a lot. She's really active on Instagram, by the way, so that makes me really happy. She even has a YouTube channel where she shows some of her process, so I would totally advise you to look it up. And she just inspires me a lot overall because she uses a ton of different traditional media. She's so good with ink and watercolor, and she's also using acrylic, and I'm using these three medium too, so I like to learn from her a lot. She has also made comics, and I want to make comics, so yeah, she's really inspiring. But yeah, going back to my point, this year I really want to try to stop spending so much time on social media to look at art and do more of my own art myself. And the weird thing is that I'm kind of talking as if I am not drawing that much usually, but I do draw a lot. I draw a lot already. First of all, I would like to draw more, but I have to fix my messy sleeping schedule for that first. And also, I want to change what I'm drawing, the subject of my art. I want it to come more from my mind, and I really want to take the time to explore my own ideas more. Oh, and something else that I forgot to say before, um, I really like fan arts, making them myself and consuming fan arts made by other artists. I love it so much. Every time I finish watching an anime, I look for fan arts of my favorite characters because it just feels so good. And although I love consuming fan art so much, I came to realize that even that made me feel bad about my art sometimes. Sometimes I would see amazingly cool fan arts of characters that I love and that I draw myself to, and I would enjoy the fan arts a lot. And then at some point, without even realizing, I would start feeling bad because I would feel like I can't draw as well as these other people, and I don't know, just I would just use a ton of energy to feel bad about my art instead of drawing. It's definitely super cool to have a lot of art available and accessible on social media. This year, I really want to try to stop looking at what other people are doing and take more time to get my own ideas out there. And as for the sharing, I'll only mostly share it on YouTube, I think. Um, yeah, because Instagram sucks at the moment. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Oh, now I would love to ask about your own goal, if you have any for this year. And it's totally fine to not have any. Just going through the year is good enough because the word is really stressful, let's say. So it's fine to not have any specific goal, but if you have any, I would love to hear them. And then, what do you think of social media in relation with art? I mean, maybe in general, but that's a very big topic. Um, but for example, if you have a go-to social media to consume art or to share your own art on, I would love to hear about it. I know a lot of artists got this app called Blue Sky. I don't know how it works. I never had it, but from what I've seen, it kind of gives me the vibe of a mix of Tumblr and Twitter. I might be wrong though. I've heard a lot of people say that it was good, but I never got the app. I'm not really planning on getting it because I don't like having too many apps on my phone. But if you have any experience with it, I would love to hear your opinion on it. And that's it for me today. Oh, wait. Actually, I would also like to hear if you have a favorite drawing from the spread that I've done in this video. If you have a favorite face, let me know too. And I hope you all have a very good rest of your day. Until next time.